Hi everyone, just bear with me whilst I try and adjust my camera. Just had a slight scare as my camera collapsed. Camera stand collapsed. I think that's okay. Right, let me find myself. Hey. Right. Volume down. Oh, no, wrong way. 6 people watching. Can somebody tell me whether they can hear me? Okay, hi Linda. Slight panic there. How is everybody? Hi Jane. Heidi, hi. Hi Jackie. Looks fine. Thanks Emma. Hi Doreen. And you can hear me okay, can you? Hi Anne. Well, what have we all been up to? Did you enjoy Phil's live last night? Thanks, Sandra. Did you see Phil's live last night? Hi, Andreen. Are you going to give the monthly challenge a go? He threw down the gauntlet to us last night, didn't he? Even to the design team. Hi, Jeanette. Just wait a few more minutes. I thought I've got enough time. I'd left myself about 10 minutes just setting up my camera. Went to go live and it collapsed. It fell off the desk. So, panic averted. Oh, lovely, Emma. What did she have? Are you allowed to tell us? This one's for you, Wendy. You asked me to do this one, didn't you? I've only just started, Carol. Oh, right, last night, sorry. Kay, you won the card that I made on last week's live. Can you remember it? This one. Kay Rogers, you won this card from last week. Could you get in touch with Karen? And she'll let me have your details and I'll send that off to you. Oh, I know this is going to sound really funny, but my dog's called Cooper. I know that's no association with your beautiful grandson, but I just thought I'd say. Ah, that's it, Doreen. Yes, this one, yeah, is slightly easier than last week's, Wendy. Yeah, huge congratulations. You must be chuffed to bits. How many grandchildren have you got now? Or is it the first? Just having a drink. That's okay, Kay. Okay, Kay. If you message Karen on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page and let her have your address, I will get that in the post to you. Okay, I've got your name down on a little scrap of paper to remind me, there you go, that you'd won it. And tonight, the card that I make, second grandson, brilliant. So this card that I make tonight will be going to another lucky winner that joins in the conversation. Brilliant stuff. Okay, let's get going. You can see the colour scheme that we're going to have tonight, and I've kept it the same as the card that I did for television. Let me just see if I can successfully pick that up. I'll put it on its side. There you go. No, you can see it the other way. You can see it both ways, whichever way I put it. That is the card that I'm going to be making tonight. And one of you lucky viewers, that sounds like proper television speak, doesn't it? Will be winning this. Okay, so let's get started. Right, where should we start? What should we do? Where should we go? Right, to start off with. Oh, I can see you just sent a message, Kate. Lovely. I will get that in the post to you. Thank you very much. That is so funny, Emma. Your dog's called Sally. That's brilliant. I don't feel as bad now saying that my dog's called Cooper. Brilliant stuff. Right, let's start with the first piece of card. Hi, Georgine. Are you on the ferry? Georgine's on her way back from France. Yeah, here's one I made earlier, but not in person. So this is what we're going to start off with. A piece of ice white card that is 29 centimetres by 21. And we're going to get the scoreboard. Sorry for all of those that work in inches. I'm afraid I don't. I work in centimetres. But if you put it into one of the translation, ask Mr. Google, it will... waiting for the birth of my great nephew. Oh, wow, so he's overdue. You see, children and dogs, they're all family, aren't they? Right, this piece that is 29 by 21, you're going to score along the long edge at 4.5, 9, 13.5 and 18. Can you see? Because I know Emma likes to take screenshots. Are we able to print these instructions to keep in a file? I will attach them, see if I can attach them onto the Facebook page, because I've got the instructions here of how I made it. So you can watch the video and look through my notes and see if they make sense. They did to me when I made them, but then I'd made it, hadn't I? Right. So we are going to fold the furthest one over, so that is the 18 centimetre one. Fold that one over, fold the next one back, and all we're going to be doing is making a concertina. So fold that one back and that one back, and that is the basis of our card. To there. So this is the basis for our card. Oh, brilliant, Linda. I know you said that you're going to try to. So that is the card. You can see here that the concertinas fit onto the left-hand side of the card and they can pull out. So you can use any of your stamps for these, but for this one I'm going to... Oh, don't worry, Melanie, you haven't missed anything. You've just missed the first bit. And this was a piece of ice white card measuring 29 by 21. And you score at 4.5, 9, 13.5 and 18. And you concertina it up. That's all that you've missed, Melanie. There we go. So those are just creased up. So put that to one side. And the next pieces are 4 pieces. Oops. That measure. So 4 pieces and they measure 4 centimetres. So 4 centimetres across the top and 20.5 centimetres down. Okay, so that's 4 by 20.5. And what we're going to do with this one is we're going to bring in the colours now. So for this one we're using dried marigold. And see that? And we're going to use... Oh, sorry, I just knocked my camera. And we're going to use ripe persimmon. No worries. Hi, Betty. So, dried marigold and ripe persimmon. Right, so what we're going to do with these is we're going to add colours. So, to 2 of them, we're going to stamp the... Where's my piece of paper gone? Cascading hearts. Now, which one did I put on the front? So we'll use the cascading hearts on this one, on 2 of them, sorry, and on the other 2 we're going to be using the scribbled hearts. Can you see that? Just trying to get the light off it. So 2 of them with the scribbled hearts and 2 of them with the cascading hearts. Now I'm going to put these in my lost for words tonight. Threw me with my camera falling. So I'm going to put... I haven't replaced my piece of paper. Shall I do that? From last week. So let me just do that. Get a piece of paper out of my drawer. Who else saves their paper? Not sure what's on the back of it. Let's just rip that. Not that I haven't got a trimmer, but it's not to hand at the moment. Alright, I just like to do this because it saves stamping onto... I know Phil uses kitchen roll in there. That's all right, Nina, don't worry. Right, so as you all know, this stamp, bear with me just while I take the wrapping off, this stamp is bigger than the piece of card. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the card down and I'm going to add a little bit of glue. I am when I can find it. A little bit of glue to the back of it just to keep it in place. And then I'll put a magnet at the bottom as well. So you all know by now that I use my piece of acetate just to make sure that everything is straight before I pick it up. Oh, crikey. Oh, wow. Over a mile. I bet they are so relieved. Right, so we're going to do this one in the right persimmon. I'll bring that over so that you can see it. I do drag it across as well as tapping it. I find it gives it a better coverage. So I'm going to put that down, and I just use the lid from my water sprayer. Put my bracelets up my arm so that they not keep banging. I am doing a fill on you. I have got my pyjamas on, but I promise I'm not going to get into view. So the beauty of using a stamping platform is that you can go back in again and it will stay in the same place. She says, hoping that it did, and it didn't move. Yes, yeah, the second one's better. So all you've got to do now is lift that up and put your, it helps when, oh, that's it. Oh, right. Oh, it's a lovely colour. So you could try lining it up with what you've got on your the sides, or what you can do is you can lift it off and put it down, and you can actually match up. Sorry if I'm shouting, but I'm right over the camera. You can actually match up the images. I don't know, let me bring that a bit closer. I don't know whether you can see under there, can you? But it's actually pattern matched it. Hopefully. So let me pick that up. Take the acetate off. My camera is so close to it that I just have to be careful that I don't hit it. It's only these two pieces that we've got to extend it, but I just thought it was a good idea to show you how it works. Make sure that I don't move it. There you go. You can see that that has pattern matched. You can see a darker area on it, but it's actually matched it up. Oh, that's it. Knock everything flying. That was my lid. Excuse the sound effects. How is everybody? So you can see here that it's all pattern matched and all matches. So just bear with me whilst I do the other one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start it further down. Let me see where, let's put some glue on the back of this bit. That's it, that'll catch it. And then we've just got a pattern match at the top this time. No worries, Deirdre. Put that up there. You work in such a tight space with the camera above you that sometimes it's a little bit tricky, especially with the stamping platform, to try and, because I have 2 inches from the top of my platform to the light where my camera is. This is a reddy orange. Hopefully that didn't move. If not, the card has two sides. Yes, we've closed our caravan up as well, Wendy. Yes, sorry. Thank you, Doreen. It's right, Persimmon. Oh, yes, it didn't move. Right. So if I move that down now. Again. That just holds it. Normally you would, look at my finger marks on there. Normally you would jut it up to the side, but as we're wanting to go over the edge of it, over the edge of the card, then it's best to secure it with, sorry, concentrating. I know I'm a woman, I should be able to do two things at once. Yeah, you have to secure it in the middle of the card. There we go. So all that colour off the stamp. Haven't cleaned the stamp in between. All that colour off the stamp has gone on to the acetate. That's why I use the acetate, because it's just, it really forgives things that may go wrong. I know, Wendy, it is really sad, isn't it? We'll be back at ours again in April. There we go, and just go back in. You can see it has gone over the edge, but doesn't stop you getting a good print. As long as you don't put the card too near the edge. There we go. And that's both the pieces. Now then, I will be really, really good, and I will clean it. So let me put the lid on my ink. Over there. Right, what else did I have to do with that one? No, let's clean it. Get lovely. You could get a print off this if you tried to, but as we're stuck for time tonight, because I try and keep these to an hour, I will clean that down. Okay, so that is that one. That is that. Put my acetate back in there, so it's ready for the next time. And we're just going to go round the edge of these with a finger dauber. I think you've seen me use these before, just to draw your eye into this piece, so it all of a sudden puts a border around it, like adding a matten layer of a different coloured card. I mean, you could do another different colour card if you wanted to, but this just takes that necessity away. And tonight all the layers are going to be flat. And you can see this just gives a fine line round the edge. I haven't tried Pritt Stick, no. I just use Phil's glue for everything. It's always there. Pritt Stick might be a little bit slippery until it's dried, whereas Phil's glue dries quite quickly. So we've got those 2 pieces. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a wipe and wipe my hands, because that's a rather juicy, rather juicy ink pad. So I don't want to go and make this card, especially as I'm sending it to one of you. It does save postage. Nice orangey fingers. Don't want to get it on my card. So what we're going to do with this is we're going to add glue to the back of it. And the glue that I'm using is Phil's PVA glue. I just decant it into a smaller container. Now, if you saw my live last week, you will know that I use a stamp block to hold my layer down, especially as we've just inked this one, so you don't want to be rubbing over it to tamp it down and you're rubbing the ink. So we'll take that off, and then we're going to do it on an alternate one. So again, glue on the other piece, and make sure you get these pieces the right way up. I did just have to double check. And line them up within each side. Bye, Kay. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoy the rest of it. Right, so the other 2 pieces I would stamp in exactly the same way, but I would use the dried marigold and the scribbled hearts. So I won't put you through all of that again tonight, but I will do those 2 pieces before I send the card out. I just don't want to keep you all waiting tonight. Right, what's next? So cut 2 pieces of white card again. This is all white card and we're adding colour to each piece. So we've got 2 pieces measuring 18 by 7 centimetres, and you're going to score both of them at 9. So we've got both of those. Put that over there. So we're going to use, I do need my stamping platform, and to mat onto these 2 pieces you need 4 bits of 8.5 by 6.5 centimetres. So for this one we're going to use the dried marigold and the scribbled hearts. Where did I just put them? I'm going mad. Hello, hello. Ah, there they are. It is hiding. So again, we're going to use stamping platform, and we may be able to stamp 2 of these at a time. Let me just double check. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I love it when a plan comes together. So again, stick it down with a little bit of glue on the back. Is this what you meant, Jackie, by putting the glue on the back, the Pritt stick on the back of them? So again, with the scribbled hearts, pick those up. It's better when they actually fit within the stamp, but not unachievable when they don't. As you can see, you can extend the stamping just by moving and matching the pattern up. So with this one, it's a little bit quicker because we can do 2 at once. So lift that up and stamp it again. And these small stamps are just so useful. We were talking last week, weren't we, about the doodle dainty hearts and stars and dots. Here we go. That's those 2 done. This is how I lose the paper on my on here. So I'll put the glue to the side this time. So it's in there, but in a different place. Make sure it still fits. Yeah, and it does. So again, the same dried marigold. Add it to your stamp. I mean, this would look lovely in whatever colour you decide to use. But I thought I would keep this one the same as I did in my original. They are so, yeah, definitely. Looking forward, I'd seen a couple of cards from last week's. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more of those and some of these as well. There we go. So 4 of those. So we'll take those off. I'll clean my stamp. What would we do without stamping platforms? How many of you rely on yours? So put that over to one side and put that in there. You'll notice that I have a coloured dot on my acetate. That's purely so that I can see it on my desk, because when you're looking for acetate you can't see it, can you? So I have to move my desk round when I'm doing a live, so everything that I normally know where it is isn't in the same place. So again, finger dauber in the dried marigold just to go round the edge of these pieces. It's the sizes for the last 2 bits. So these 4 pieces that we're doing here are 8.5 by 6.5 centimetres. And the previous bit before that was 18 by 7, and you want 2 of them, and you're going to score at 9 centimetres, so scoring them in half. Is that okay, Leslie? What, the stamping platform was the first crafting item? Oh, definitely. Even I can't stamp properly without the stamping platform. I like to think I can, and then I go and stamp something and mess it up. No worries, Jackie, you can watch it back It's going to be on my YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch it on repeat if you can put up with me that many times. And if you want to subscribe to my YouTube channel, that would be great. And you get notified when I add anything new to it. It's always great to hear your feedback about my videos as well. And a thumbs up, say you've liked it. Not essential, but always nice to have. We all like comments and everything about our cards, don't we? Even me. So we're all the same. What's that? Oh, brilliant, Leslie. Great stuff. 2 stamping platforms. Well, I bought a new one, but I don't like my new one as much as my old one, so I'm still using my old one. You put a sewing needle down and looked everywhere. Found it eventually when you stood on it, did you, Maureen? So these are going to be stuck to this piece. Make sure I'm in shot. So again, make sure you get them the right way up. And you're going to have, these will be folded in half. So make sure the fold is going towards the right hand side. I'll show you what I mean. So the fold will be on your right hand side and it will be opening up on your left. So just make sure that your panel is secured this way round. And another one. And again, use your block and do the same on the other piece. What's my name? It's Sazmore. Let me just see if I can go over to YouTube and I will, bear with me. I'm doing it on my other my iPad, so apologies for my arm across. I'll just give you a link to my YouTube channel. When my iPad decides to catch up, of course. Our internet today is very slow. I don't know if something's going on in the area. I did wonder whether I'd have problems doing the live tonight, but hasn't been problems so far. Right. Where am I? I'm there. View channel. See if it'll let me copy it. Copy link. What was I in? Facebook. So let me see if it'll let me paste it in there. Oops. So hopefully I should have just put a link to my YouTube channel. And I will put it on the Facebook page as well. Right, now what's the next bit? That just needs to be cut down a little bit. I think I got the measurements for that one wrong. So that one is 11 by 20 and a half, but I think it should be 10 and a half. Oh, I've done it 11 and a half. So 10 and a half that wants to be. Let me just So that wants to be 10.5 by 20.5. And that is to go in there. But I'm going to go round the edge with the bright persimmon ink. And this is where we're going to stamp our sentiment. So that's all of the card that you need, all the individual layers. Oh wow, and it's lasted, has it, Carol? Mine's just gone crazy on the front of it, so sometimes if you're wanting to see finer detail, that's the only thing, isn't it? As soon as everybody else does them, they start to fall in price. So just leave that bit to one side to start to let it dry. So let's go back to these pieces. It's a good job I'm covering that up, isn't it? Because I splattered my ink on it. Right, let me wipe my hands again. Make sure I don't get any ink where I don't want ink. So again, making sure it's the right way up. You're going to match it up with the right hand side of your card and the top. Can you see what I've done there? So you've got it opening up. You're going to match it to the side and match it to the top, and this piece is going to stick underneath just here. I mean, you could just have one in the middle, but I'm going to have one at the top and at the bottom, so the sentiment's in the middle. But I mean, you could have one in the middle and have something at the top and bottom, stamping on the top and bottom, or you could have thinner ones and have three. You can play about with it. Once you've made it once, then you know what you've got to do. So what I like to do is put the card so that you get this edge level, lift up the top piece, put your finger where the edge of the card is, and you know there is where you add the glue. Does that make sense? And you say no, clear as mud, and then you can fold that over. And then again, fold that over, put your finger where the edge of the card comes up to, add the glue to this piece here and hold it down. So whilst I'm waiting for that to grip, I'll have a drink. Okay, so you can see with that now how it's opening up. Right, so we're going to do the same with the bottom. Make sure you don't put it upside down. Make sure you put it the right way round so that you got your hearts going in the right direction. Put it so that it matches the bottom and matches the side. Hold it in place, open that side up, put your finger against the folded pieces so you know where you're adding your glue up to. Oh, brilliant, Wendy. I'm pleased you understood it. Sometimes I wonder whether I explain it properly, but thank you, Wendy. So hold that down onto there, wait for that to take. Then you can fold it over, put your fingers where you know the edge is going up to, so you know where to add your glue, and you've got the top line here as well, so you know not to go past that. Add your glue there and fold it over. Again, we'll just hold that in place. Hold that in there. Whistle to yourselves. That should be okay now. So you can see that that opens out. And in here is where we're going to put our verse or our sentiment. So put it in place to where you're going to want it to be. Hold it in place. Hold it down. And what you're going to do is you're going to make a light pencil mark where that aperture is. So you can see there, I've got a fingerprint, but we have a tool for that. I showed you this last week. It's a Tombow Mono sand eraser, and this is for removing ink. So, but be careful not to rub too hard, because it does take the top layer off your card, and you can see there now that that mark has gone off there. Right, so we'll put that to one side, bring our stamping platform back in again. And move that. And we can put this to one side now, because we know that we're stamping the sentiment in there and we know it's going to fit. So let me just wipe my acetate to get all that orange, everything's going flying. Wipe all that right persimmon off there. You can see, look, on my wet wipe. And we're going to stamp in the right persimmon, and we're going to stamp with the From the Heart Essential Sentiments, for those of you that got those. Not sure whether they're still in stock or not, but if you got them when they were released. And what did I put on the other one? Best birthday ever. So the reason that I use the acetate for this, because you can put it anywhere. You can see there that the sentiment's not straight. So I put it on my acetate and I move it around so that I can get it equal distance, top, bottom, move it around. That is the beauty of having the acetate. So that then when you put it down, you know it's in the right place. Magic. Bye, Georgine. Georgine's sailing home from France overnight on the ferry, and it looks as though she's just lost signal. Hi, Karen. So you can stamp with the Distress Oxides, but you won't always get a good stamping with the first, a good impression with the first stamping. You may need to go in, which is the beauty with the stamping platform. That's not bad, but we need to go in again because this needs to stand out, doesn't it? Are you okay, Karen? So, is that okay? I think I've got a piece of glitter. No, that's okay. So put the lid on my Distress Oxide, give this a wipe. And take my sentiment off. Remove this from the stamping platform, and now I've got to be very careful. Hi Helen. Brilliant stuff. I should be putting it onto my YouTube channel. Right, where's my... So I've got to be really careful. You'd probably leave this to dry a little bit, but I'm going to try and do it without smudging the sentiment. I think I've done it. Yep. All good there. So then we bring the card back in and we put this in place in there, and you can see then when you close it that it shows up in the gap. So let's add this, and then we've just got the flowers and the leaves to do. So who's going to be giving this a go? I think Jackie will, because Jackie likes to do these. Quick question, are you doing anything tomorrow? Yes, I am, Karen. We're going out for a meal tomorrow night. And I've got a hospital appointment, if that's special. It's my birthday tomorrow, which Karen's just pointed out. I'm catching you up, Karen. So you can see now that we've got that in the centre there. Now what we're going to do is make the flowers. This is one that I had left over from when I made the last ones. So that's how they're going to look. And I've used the Floral Finery Lovely Petals, and also the Floral Finery Magnificent Fronds. So let me bring in my blending mat, and we're going to stamp the... Oh, I haven't got one. Still got one in there. Thought I'd pushed all these pieces out. There we go. I think they're all out now. So we're going to use the stamps again. So was Ian. So was Ian what? Catching you up? I thought he was older than you. So we're doing that one and that one. And for this one, I don't really mind if they're solid stamping or not. So I'm not going to do them in my stamping platform. And going to bring in my instructions, and I'm going to stamp it on there. So, stamp one. Thank you very much. Oh, hospital appointment. I see what you mean. Yeah, mine's at Stamford. So it may stick to your stamping, your stamp. So you probably just need to take it off with tweezers. Thank you, everybody. It's a number, isn't it? And see if I can do two of these together. Be really clever. I'm going to use the same colour, same stamp. Oh, with the pointy ones, yeah, these ones, They're vicious little things, aren't they? So it doesn't matter what way up that you do the flowers, because they're all going to spin round. Yay! They turned out okay. And the last two. So it's a good job our live wasn't tomorrow night, otherwise I'd have had to cancel it, I'm afraid. So, as it's a Tuesday, you have the pleasure of my company and I have the pleasure of yours. There we go. Put that to one side and I will clean that later. So that was the right persimmon. And I like to alternate the shape of my flowers because I think it makes them look different when you get them on the card. So I'm just going to use my finger dauber and go round the edge of the petals. So you can see here how you can bring white card to life just with adding the same stamp that you've used on the panels on your main card. Oh, nobody told me I'd missed a petal. Missed a petal on the other one. How did I do that? Must be my age. There we go. So, what are we all up to? What projects do you have on the go at the moment? As well as I'm doing secret stuff at the minute for the sneaky peeks on Monday. And I'm in the middle of crocheting a blanket as well. Don't like to sit there doing nothing. And see, this is really easy to do. And the finger dauber is just the right size. Phil sells these in his shop as well and online. And I've just got one of these for every colour. And I've got the, oh, look at my hands. What gets the ink off is Imperial Leather, soap and a pumice stone. And it comes off quite easily. So move that off there and then get the shaping mat. Yeah, I know. I think we all can, can't we? So get the ball tool and like Phil does, just shape the tips. There's lots of different ways that you can shape your flowers, but this one's nice and quick and easy to do tonight. And I think we've all got the shaping mats or a mouse mat or something, haven't we? Let's just have a quick catch up on your comments. Oh, you're doing a crochet blanket as well, are you, Sue? Finishing a mail card challenge and then a wedding card. Halloween. Oh, poppies. I've seen that on television, that people are knitting poppies. I've never actually got round to doing them. So they're 2-layer flowers. So just add. Oh, brilliant, Jane. All of these projects look so different when you use different coloured inks, different stamps, different sentiments, different flowers. So So just adding glue to the centre of them. And I'd be lost without my tweezers. See, I go quiet when I'm concentrating. And then in the centre of this, I'm going to add an amber gem. Now then, do I want a big one in there or do I want a small one? Smaller one. Now I'll go for the smaller one. So these are Phil's gems and these are the amber ones. So add glue to the centre. We're not doing a glittery ring tonight. So whilst you're pushing the gem down, just lift your petals up. Got lovely orange fingers. So again, whilst you're holding the gem in place, just lift the petals up. Last one. Just wipe my glue. Look at that. Lovely. It will come off. So put the gem in the middle and lift the petals up. And then the last thing we're going to do is the leaves. And I'm going to colour these with 2 colours of ink. I'm going to use the bundled sage and gonks. Oh, lovely. How have you been doing those, Helen? Knitting or sewing or... And rustic wilderness. Now the rustic wilderness I'm going to use to go round the edge. But for this, the bundled sage, I'm going to colour the whole thing. And obviously you have to be careful with the thin stems, but if you hold it in the right place, you can do it quite easily. So quite quick to do. I think it's the die cutting that takes the time, isn't it? I know when I went on holiday last, I took some crafting with me and all I got done was the die cutting. And that took me forever. Oops. Battering the leaves and doing a fill. Yeah, I don't like the sewing together bit. So then I'm going to use the rustic wilderness and go round the edge of the petals. Just gives it a little bit more character. But just be careful when you are doing it, because obviously the ink has made the card a little bit softer. So easy to break. I'm sure you'll have found that when you're doing it yourselves. It just adds a lovely... If I hold that up there, you can see it just adds a lovely colour to the leaf. So that was bundled sage and then rustic wilderness around the outside. Another one to go. Made out of wool. Yeah, I know the problem, Helen. I'm having problems with my back as well. Hence the hospital appointment tomorrow. I was laying on the bed this afternoon hoping that I was going to be okay for tonight. There we go. And that's the Rustic Wilderness. It's nice to be able to do something whilst you're incapacitated. That was a big word, wasn't it? And all I'm going to do with these is hold my pointy nose tweezers down the middle of each petal and just squeeze them up. And again, you could add glitter to these, but for tonight's card, I'm not going to. Oops. There we go. So just shaping the last ones. What time are we on? Oh, just after 8. So only just after the... No rusty hinge tonight. No, Karen. Now, I have been playing with rusty hinge, but not tonight. That was today. Karen's trying to get me to say what I normally call it, and I'm not going to rise to it, Karen. So we're going to add these with glue gel. And I use Phil's trick of using... What GSM card do you use for the flowers? I use the same one. No problem, June. Hopefully it was a good outcome. Andy, GSM card I use, it's the Ice White. So it is 300 GSM. And I use the same for my flowers as I do for my cards. I just use all my leftovers and offcuts because they're brilliant for making the flowers. So 300 GSM is the answer to your question. And always put the glue up to the top, and you can see in the lid there is the silver foil, and that stops any air getting into your glue gel. Hopefully. I don't think I've had one go off yet. So I'm going to hold my card down whilst I put my flowers in place. So you can see the contrast with the darker ink against the lighter background. And then I'm going to put this one. Once the glue gel has dried, you can lift the petals up. So I'm going to do the same with the bottom piece. Put that on there and put that on there. And then we're going to add the stems. So I'm going to put one under there, use the same glue gel that I've got under the flower. And same on the bottom. And the next one, and do it so that it goes over that way. You can add more glue gel if you think you need it, but I always add plenty underneath my flowers. So there you go. That's our card made. And like I say, I would have done the other two, but I didn't want to keep you tonight. So this is the card. You can add glitter around the layers. You can add glitter to your flowers, which I probably will do tomorrow. And you see this one's got glitter on it already. So that's... No, some people don't like orange, but this is a really lovely orange, and this one is like a close to a red. I know, Helen, I like to challenge myself to do different things. It's nice to get out of your comfort zone, isn't it? So folds flat, so that goes into the normal size envelope. Is it a C5 envelope, C6 envelope? And you open it up and you've got the sentiment inside and all the space to write, because that will be covered up. You could do some stamping in here if you wanted to. You could do it half in one of the stamps and half in another. Or you could just put some flat flowers, some lossy flowers in there. And you can see, if I hold that up like that, you can see how it folds. Put it on its side. Just waiting for my... Oh, I think we had a bit of a blip. Hopefully you're still with me. So you can see here, you can see where it folds over. So I'll leave it like that so that you can see the inside. Like I said, these two would have the other two pieces on them, but I didn't want to keep you hanging around tonight while I did that stamping. So you would have had these stamped and put in here. Okay, so I will try and add the instructions to the Facebook group. And thank you ever so much. Thank you. I'm just going to go back now and choose. Oh, brilliant. Lovely to see that you're all going to give it a go. I think that wet wipe needs to go in the bin, don't you? Think it's falling. Mind you, you could use that as a cobweb on a Halloween card. No, I think I'll chuck it in the bin. Right, now then, let me go right back up to the top of the comments and to a whizzy, oh no, don't want to go into the next video, whizzy spin and choose somebody. Sue Hawes. Sue Hawes, you've won this card. So if you want to give Karen a message on the Sentimentally Yours Facebook page, and we will get this card off to you. So Sue Hawes. So Kay, I know, has already messaged because I saw a message come up. So Sue Hawes, if you get in touch, then we will wing this card off to you. You're welcome, Bridget. I hope that I've made it sound easy and that you can follow along. So I will have a lovely birthday tomorrow, and I will see you again. You're welcome, Sue. I will see you again next week. Thank you very much. Bye.